Hey everyone, welcome to the What Happened channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a topic that is very delicate and worrying: child abduction. Unfortunately, we know that this type of crime happens more often than we'd like. That's why, in this video, we're going to talk about the most terrifying cases of child abduction, analyzing how these crimes happen, the consequences for families and society, and, of course, how we can prevent them. How child abductions occur. Child abduction can be carried out by a stranger or an acquaintance of the child. In the case of kidnapping by strangers, the criminal usually chooses his victims by observing the children's behavior and the family's routine, with the aim of capturing a child when he is alone or in a vulnerable place. In the case of kidnapping by one of the parents or relatives, it can occur during a custody dispute, when one of the parents kidnaps the child to prevent the other from having access to it. An example of kidnapping by strangers that shocked Brazil was the case of Isabella Nardoni. In 2008, 5-year-old Isabella was thrown from the 6th floor of the building where her father and stepmother lived in São Paulo. After an investigation, the father and stepmother were arrested and convicted of the crime, which shocked Brazilian society. Madeline McCann was kidnapped in May 2007. Madeline McCann, a 3-year-old British girl, disappeared while on holiday with her family in Portugal. The case was widely covered by the international media and led to an intense search for the girl, who was never found. Portuguese and British authorities investigated the case for years, but never found the person responsible for the kidnapping. Another example is the case of João Elio, 6 years old, who was dragged 7 miles in Rio de Janeiro in 2007 after being kidnapped along with his mother. The crime occurred when the mother and son were in a car that was stolen by criminals. They managed to get the car off the ground, but João Elio got caught in his seatbelt and was dragged away. The boy died on the spot. An example of a kidnapping with a tragic outcome is the case of Eloa Cristina Pimentel, 15 years old, who was kidnapped in São Paulo in 2008 by an ex-boyfriend. After a 4-day police siege, the kidnapper killed Eloa and injured another teenager who was with her. Another example is the case of 4-year-old Timmy Tyrrell, who was kidnapped from a store in Iowa, in the United States, in 1984. His parents were desperate in search of their son, who ended up being found dead a few days later. The criminal was arrested and convicted of the crime, but Timmy's family never recovered from the tragedy. Child abductions are extremely serious crimes that cause a great emotional impact on society. It is important that everyone is aware of the risks and takes preventive measures to prevent these crimes from occurring. In addition, it is essential that there is a quick and efficient response by the authorities when an abduction is reported, to increase the chances of success in recovering the child and punishing the perpetrators. Despite being a difficult subject, it is important that we talk about the most terrifying cases of child abduction, so that we can better understand how these crimes occur and what we can do to prevent them. I hope this video has been helpful in bringing more awareness to this very important issue. Thanks for watching, and until next time.